In extreme cases, you might find yourself indulging in criminal activities and detached from other people's feelings. You may struggle to have empathy for others since you never got to experience empathy in your childhood. You struggle to understand yourself. Self-reflection might not always be an easy thing for you to do. Since you already believe that you are a bad person, the last thing you may want is to always have that thrown in your face or think about it. This is also why you may have a habit of avoiding difficult conversations and being defensive. You feel safe alone. Even though you crave connection, you may also have a strong desire to be left alone most times due to your alone time feeling like that's the only time you will ever be safe from the harsh world out there. You struggle to know who you really are. Identity crisis is a common theme in your life. You often look for external validation to feel good about yourself. The science of trauma, how childhood trauma affects your brain and behavior. Experiencing an adverse childhood doesn't only hurt the child's emotions. It also causes serious damage to their brain and negatively affects their personality development. Below are some examples of how childhood trauma causes severe brain damage. Heightened stress hormone levels. Cortisol and adrenaline are stress hormones often released whenever there is any sort of perceived or real threats and danger. However, when these hormones are released and prompt you to take action, they cause your blood to flow to different parts of your body except the thinking part of the brain. This basically means that when your stress hormone levels are high, you switch to survival mode and reason and rationality often get thrown out the window. For example, if you think that someone wants to hurt you, you may not have the capacity to even question the rationality of your gut and just quickly act in a way to protect yourself from that person. As a result, if that person wanted to be your friend but you interpreted their closeness as a threat, you end up pushing them away one way or the other. Bear in mind that all this may just be in your head. Reality might be totally different. They just wanted to be your friend, but because your stress hormone levels are often high, you just end up acting out of fear and being prone to negative bias. When such experiences get repeated over someone's social experiences, it can lead to social thinning. This is whereby people also start to reject or walk away from you since you reject or think the worst of them. Experiencing this outcome also ends up leading to more repeated traumatic events as you start to feel like people always reject you and assume that it's really because you are defective or unlovable. It's